Hi guys, welcome to my beginner hammock tutorial. We're going to learn a basic hammock split sequence that you don't actually need to be very flexible to do, but it's still going to look great and give you some really nice lines. Start sitting in the hammock, then reach around the outside and take the fabric with both hands, palms facing you. Now you're going to invert by taking your shoulders back towards the ground as you lift your legs and your hips. Slide your hands down the fabric as you go until you hit the bottom. You should feel nice and locked in so you can let go with your hands. Now you can bend your knees and place your toes together right in the middle of the hammock. Then slide your feet up until your knees are straight and your feet are wrapped around the fabric on the outside. Bend your knees and keep the fabric right in your knee pit, so that's right where your knee bends and not too much on your calf. It's time to work our abs, so you're going to do a big crunch and lift up to take the fabric above your knees as high as possible. If you need to, you can do a little swing back to give yourself some momentum for this. Straighten your legs and push them open to come into your split position as you pull with your arms to bring your torso up. I'm not actually in an over split here. I'm actually in sort of a V shape with my legs, but from the front it's going to look like a really nice long split position, especially if I keep my hips nice and dropped down in the center. To move into our next position, I place my hands as high as possible on the fabric above my head. Then turn my hips towards my more flexible leg. For me, that's right, so I'm turning my hips towards the right. I should see my right leg directly in front of me and feel my left leg directly in the back. I'm bending both knees to have a nice stag position, and I'm placing the side of my neck, because I'm going to the right, that is the left side of my neck for me, on the fabric, and using my head to help balance me as I take my hands off. Here is the last step of our sequence. You should see in front of you your front leg and one side of the fabric. You're going to place both hands on that side of the fabric and then roll away from it. When you're in the position, you will see that there's only one way that you can roll. If you try to roll towards the fabric, it just doesn't happen. So you're going to have a very clear path here. Keep your knee bent as you roll all the way down to your upside down position at the bottom. You should have that leg naturally hooked around both sides of the fabric, and you should feel nice and locked in so you can take your hands off and relax. Finally, open your legs up to your inverted position, just like we did at the beginning. Then grab the fabric and bring yourself up to sit, and you have completed our little sequence. Pro tip, if you have trouble coming up from when you first invert to the first split position, it's probably because you have the fabric too far down your calves and your knees are not close enough into the fabric. You really need to have that fabric right on the back of your knee. Don't let it get away from you. Also, remember that there are lots of different places in here where you can reach back and grab your back foot, you can take your arms off, you can really play around and be creative with this because it's all pretty well locked in positions. Here's the whole thing with a spin. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning this little aerial hammock sequence. Please remember to subscribe and check out my channel for aerial hoop tutorials, stage makeup tutorials, performance videos, and more hammock tutorials coming soon.